This is the Bobo Cultured Podcast.
Yes, the brokest podcast on the internet, but
we can pronounce words like Louis Vuitton.
And we serve our bitches quinoa.
Listen to your heart. See, that song's too slow. We've already started.
You don't sing a song?
No, because it's more of a... The thing I like about the song is that it's really like, it's all about the actual music rather than the words.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I should. So instead, I'll just plug a song. Hey, you guys, if you haven't already listened to Roll by the internet, it is one of their new singles. No, they did not break up, for everybody who thought they broke up, because I did. They did not. They just went on, they just did the whole Odd Future thing where they go ahead and make their own separate albums and then they come back together and make a new album. So yeah.
There's a K Tronada remix.
There is a K Tronada remix.
I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
It's good.
It's probably better because K Tronada just speeds things up.
Yeah.
So,
but he kind of, but you know what? He took parts away and like really emphasized the chorus a little bit more. Yeah. But then it like, it's good though. K Tronada is good for that. Hey, you guys, Broke Culture.
Yo, welcome back to Broke Culture. This is our, what episode is this? Shit. Sorry. What episode is this?
This is the Mommy Day episode.
This is the Mommy Day episode. But what number episode is this? I'm going to say 19. I'm going to take a stab in the dark.
We have not been here that many times.
We have been here 19 times.
We have not been here 19 times.
We have been here 19 times. All right.
You've been here 19 times.
Kelly's mom's here.
My mom's here, you guys, because it's Mother's Day, and she's going to be our special guest today. We normally
it's the Mother's Day.
Usually I don't do this, but we got a special guest today.
You can't plug R. Kelly. He's over with.
Oh yeah! Ew! Oh my God! No! Edit that.
Don't edit it. We have to.
No, more people said that.
Huh?
Usually I don't do this, but more people have said that.
Like who?
J Boog.
Go-to guy.
Yo, you the only person.
This is episode 17. I was like, it's close.
But
I thought it was 19.
It was 19. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that you bring up J Boog a lot?
Yes. Why can't we bring up J Boog?
You don't have to not bring up J Boog. I'm just saying you bring up J Boog a lot.
Yo, if anyone knows J Boog, tell him to listen to this podcast. Please. I've loved him since I was like 15.
I met him.
My mom met J Boog. She met B2K.
How was that?
It's a quick story. I was doing security when I first moved over here, and I was working for a warehouse, Universal Records. So all the celebrities were stopping there because that's who sold all their records in bulk. So came in one day before and saw the sign. I said, oh, okay. Somebody coming here. Went home, didn't say nothing to Lovey about it. Didn't say a word. Got back the next day. I said, Lovey. I said, you know what? I really want to know who these guys are. I just got to call her. I can't take it no more. I said, Lovey, who's K2B? She said, B2K? I was like, yes. I said, yeah, that's, and I had to look at the sign, of course, Selena, to know that it was, because I would have still been saying the same thing. But I said, let me turn around and see if that's what it is. Oh yeah, B2K. Mom, what are you talking about B2? I said, Lovey, they coming here. Why? She was like, Mom, that is the hottest group. I was like, Lovey, I've never heard of these guys.
Crying on the phone.
Yeah, she wasn't. She was hyped like a party though.
And then she came in my room and saw the poster on my wall. I was like, B2K, man.
Yep. And she said, you got to give me the autograph. You got to give me the autograph. I sure did. Went right, got right in the line with the rest of the people. And I was like, I don't know who you is, but here.
I don't know you is.
But they was like, I said, but they performed. Yeah. They performed when they was there. But I was like, oh, they are good. But I said, I still don't know. But you know what? I said, one of them looked like the guy that's the brother, the sister guy. And I said, but I don't think that's him.
Marcus, you said
sister guy.
I said the sister guy.
He might as well just come out with a show right now.
Oh, no.
Sister bull.
And I said, I don't think that's him, though. I said, and Lovey's, I was like, okay, can I get an autograph? And they said, because everybody was saying, whole time we all in there eating, because we had lunch with them, eating food, and they're calling me Keli, right? So when I went up there to get the autograph, they said, well, who would you like to sign it to? I said, could you please sign it, Keli, for my daughter? And what's the fool? The light-skinned one.
It's two of them. Lil Fizz or Raz B?
Raz B.
Oh.
He said to me, he said, wait a minute. You said for your daughter? I heard everybody talking about your name is Keli. I said, my daughter's name is Keli. He was like, okay. I was like, okay, hold up. I said, everybody, what's my daughter's name? They said, Keli. I said, thank you. You believe me now? He was like, okay. He said, I'll just sign it. And I asked him to sign one for a friend too. But they were really nice kids.
Mario called you pretty, right? No,
yeah. So did Jaheim.
Oh, yeah, you got Jaheim.
Y'all, I was like,
so did Jaheim. Like he's on the level of no.
He's like, oh, whatever.
I love Jaheim.
So did Jaheim. I was like, love you. I'm telling you. I was tired that day.
You've met a lot of celebrities. All right, name all celebrities that you've met.
Oh, tell them the Jodeci story. It's a Jodeci.
You met
Jodeci.
We was on the train. Guys, I'm telling you. We was on the train. Lovey was little. She was still in like a baby carriage, right? So I used to travel to go see her father on the weekends. So I got my little.
After that,
what'd you say, Lovey? A stroller and a
stroller. Strollers and baby carriages are two different things. Yeah. But people in Philadelphia don't seem to think so.
Oh my God!
No, that's why I was like, why do they
do the same thing? I don't understand what the big deal is.
No, but baby carriages carry more things.
Yeah.
So
no, they carry your shit, not the baby stuff. Your stuff.
But
I didn't need
she's
that.
just so gung ho on this whole the difference between a baby carriage and a stroller. Like we get it.
No, y'all don't.
No, y'all don't. But anyway,
y'all will stop bringing them on
you won't stop doing it. That's what I'm saying. If you did, you would stop bringing them on the damn bus and on the trains and stuff. But anyway, oh my God. So I'm just trying to go to see her father, but I'm just like always discombobulated when I got a whole bunch because I always think about, oh God, maybe for my baby code, everything she got, blah, 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 blah. So we get to a stop called Rawway, but they started doing construction, so I had no idea it was Rawway. So the guy starts pulling off, and I say, no, where we going? This is not Rawway? He's like, yeah. He said, we're going to where? Somewhere, Burlington, something. I was like, no, we can't go there. My mom don't know I'm going there. So I have to you got to stop. So they stop. So I'm trying to get all your stuff off, right, Lovey? And I'm looking at these guys the whole time on the train. I said, God, they look like KC and JoJo. And I was like, that can't happen. And I'm playing with you or whatever. I get off the thing and the guy was like, okay, ma'am, let me help you. He said, no, I got it. He picks up matter of fact, he takes Lovey. He said, take the stuff off. Open up your cart. And I said, are you? He said, yeah, don't say nothing. I said, I was like, oh my God, my baby was just held.
But which one, JoJo?
Yes.
JoJo is the sing. Ooh yeah, that's JoJo, right?
Ooh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Just that one.
Yep.
I
was like, oh my God. Couldn't wait till your father.
I can't wait to tell people dance.
I know, right? I can't tell
make people dance jealous.
now every time your dad holds you, like, you'll never be JoJo.
You'll never be JoJo.
Well, I don't particularly care for Philly, but I met a lot of extra people.
Mm. Who else have you met?
What James Evans
from the Good Times.
Yeah.
I met him.
Is that John Amos?
John
Amos.
Name,
right? John Amos.
He's pretty cool too. And of course, y'all know I met LL.
Oh, yo! I told the LL story on here. I don't understand why.
My heart was like toe down.
She was so excited.
Oh my God! Talk about turning red.
She was like, "Love you, LL." LL. I'm like, why do I know what LL Cool J sounds like?
That was sad.
LL Cool J.
I was like, oh my God, she listened to it in the womb. Why does she know his voice? I was like, and I'm here, and I'm supposed to be the fan. I'm like,
yeah,
that ain't her.
I'm like,
I said, love you on the time.
Sound like Marion.
You said sound like Marion.
Yeah, sound like Marion.
Stupid.
I'm like, who is that? I'm like, oh, it is Marion. That's all.
Yeah, I have had a good time. I have a good time with my daughter. I have a good time.
Is she your favorite person?
Is she a what?
Your favorite person?
Yeah, she all right.
I guess so.
No, yeah, she actually is. She actually is. You know why? Anybody who understands me is my favorite person. And she understands me. She don't agree with everything I say. And sometimes the way I treat her, and I don't agree with the way she treats me sometimes. But she's very fair, and she understands me. And that's why she's my favorite person.
That's very sweet. Yo, that's very sweet. Thank you, Mom.
Is your mom one of your favorite people?
Yes.
Why?
I would, not to piggyback off that answer, but yeah, I would definitely say for the same reason. Like, she gets it. She understands. She knows when I'm like, well, she tries to at least knows when I'm like, to know when I'm upset or when I'm angry, or she gets my sense of humor. She understands where I'm coming from when I try to explain things to her, because usually like I'll go in her room like on a rant, like a Kanye-esque rant. Yeah. We'll get to later. That I'll go on like, I'm the most influential person on Facebook land. Just like, yes, lovey, I get it.
And I'm cheering though. Yeah, baby, yeah.
The Medici family. Walt Disney. Gandhi. Martin Luther King. Me.
Yeah. And I'm about it, because I'm all like behind her with
Master
it too.
P.
That's what I be saying, but some shit I just don't stand. Excuse me. Sometimes she come in there and I'll be like, why are you here? What is it? And she'll be like, Mom. She'll walk out, right? And then she'll come back and be like, she'll walk out again. Mom, listen to this. Does this sound like... I was like, oh, here we go. I said, all right, love, go ahead, tell me. Oh, and sometimes when I'm tired, I be like, well, lovey, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, though, but and my mom's saying, get out. I don't want to talk about it. But then certain things like, a certain friend is now going to be a mother, and I was like, I text Lovey. I say, is this true? What is going
Your
on?
friend's having babies.
And then she says, she's like, yep, LOL. I said, well, does she even like the father? What?
Why is it the first question for her?
I said, does she even like him? Because I know she's like a free spirit. And I was like, does she even like the father?
We all know what that
means. Told y'all. We all know what that means. She's free spirit, you know? She's just a free spirit.
Yeah, she's just a free spirit.
Oh, goodness.
That's what they used to call him back in the day.
I love her, but she's just a free spirit. And I was like, Lovey, does she know what this is? Does she know?
You understand?
Yeah.
Yo.
Who else? Did you meet Biz?
Why, Sway?
Biz
Why?
Marquis, like sitting on your house?
Oh, Biz Marquis?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. He used to visit my brother.
What?
But I didn't think it was a big deal. I don't know why Lovey was making a big deal about it. I was like, I said, Lovey. I said, yeah, he used to come see my brother Jeff. I met Flavor Flav when he was a crack addict. A whole crack addict. That's why they call him Flavor Flav.
Apparently they used to call crack flavors back in the day.
They used to call crack flavors back in my day.
Really?
Yeah. So, Flavor Flav, because he was a crack addict.
Hey.
And then he blew up.
And then
Anything's
blew
possible.
Anything is possible when you're a crackhead.
But yep.
That's real rad.
Lafayette Gardens
Project.
Project.
People I ever met in my entire life.
That's real, yo.
Lafayette Garden Projects.
Lafayette Gardens Project.
In New York. Wow. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, babe, where the dirt be at?
How many places have you been?
Nowhere. I haven't been anywhere in my life.
Wow.
Yes. Y'all really want to know? Know where I wanted to be. There's always somewhere I had to be.
Somewhere work.
Or I ain't have no choice but to be. But nowhere I wanted to be.
Where do you want to go?
I love to go to Hawaii. I would love. That's been my dream. And I've never been to California. And I want to go there. Lovey, did you tell them that was the first time I was in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that was the first time I'm like, really? So we had to wait before we went into the African American Museum. So I was like, come on, let's just walk this way. And she was like, Lovey, don't be taking me all types of places. I want my feet to start hurting. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, we are in a state. Yo. I'm like, it's a black mom answer. It's like, no, because we have to walk around the museum. So I want to save all that for the museum. And I'm just like, no.
That's real rad.
Because we're going to be in the museum for a couple hours and I want to make sure I
got all my energy.
Yeah, I have all my energy for the museum. So I took her to... Well, I was intentionally trying to take her to the MLK Memorial, where she was just like floored when she saw like, this is beautiful. These quotes are so inspiring. I'm about to cry. I'm just about to cry being here. And I thought it was bigger than this. I thought it was bigger than that too the first time I saw
that's what I
because when
said.
you get on the side of him, I'm like, dang, I can. Like, that's how
Like, you could reach up and say, "Hey, Mark."
yeah, it looks bigger on the news.
It's bigger on the news.
It did. I'm like, yo. But I took her to the Lincoln, Vietnam, George Washington monument was right there next to the museum. So we just walked around.
And I said, "Lovey, let's go up the steps." Mom, I already been up there. It's not no big deal. I said, "Okay, if you say so, I can see him from here."
Yeah, you can see Lincoln. They're like, you're right there. Like,
That's what she said too. She said, he's right there. I was like, "Lovey, it's not the same as walking up the steps." Oh, well. Then after the whole thing, I'm making plans to go again. I was like, we got to do something because this didn't work for me today. I mean, it was lovely, but it just didn't work.
like, this is a lot. I can't take it.
I have
a
another
reflection.
One
pool.
more question and no more.
Why?
Because we moving on to Kanye and Bill.
Bill Cosby.
Because y'all talking about my homie.
Don't mess with Bill.
Oh no, Bill is not my homie.
Don't
He's
mess
not
with
my
Bill.
homie. What's your favorite part about being Kelly's mom?
Ooh. The laughs. The laughs. The laughs. And the love. And the kissing and the hugging. But the laughs. I love it. I love it. Whether it be just silly, intellectual, or I just don't give a fuck. Yep, I love it. The laughs. It's going eventually me and Lovey can be mad at each other for days, but eventually I'm gonna get a laugh out of her. She gonna make me laugh, and I'm gonna be like even if I'm mad and I don't even want her to know that it made me laugh, I go in my room and shut my door and I just go there and sit on my bed and start saying, "That bitch, stand her." I said, "Well, Lord, thank you, thank you, boy." I said, "That girl, hella funny."
Thank you.
And then I go tell my sisters what she said, and they laugh too.
Shit.
What's your favorite part about being Kelly's daughter?
She's funny and she can sing. Like, she's talented and she knows stuff. I like people who have, I don't know, like older people, because my mom's not old, but I like talking to older people because they've been there for things, and they's like, that's not how it happened back in the day. Like, if this was like 1980, blah blah blah, like that wouldn't have been going down. And I was there and I saw it.
And I like when you come in the house and ask me like, "Mom, what's kick the willy bobos?" I said, "Like, you don't know what kick the willy bobos is? Y'all do
First
it."
episode, right? It's like, y'all know, kicking the willy bobo.
That's what y'all doing.
Kicking
Y'all
the willy
kicking the willy bobos. Y'all just talking about life and stuff, and that's kicking the willy bobos.
Yo, who is Willy Bobo?
I know, right? Who is that?
Willy used to kick it with everybody.
Willy Bobo and Boo
Willy
Boo the Fool.
Bobo.
Yeah, who was Boo Boo the
He
Fool?
used to kick it with Willy Bobo.
Boo Boo. No. Boo Boo the Fool was a clown. But, so y'all know what clowns are.
Yeah. You kids know what clowns are.
Children. And I'm not talking harlequins. I'm talking clowns. Y'all know
Harlequins.
Words.
Wow.
But that's what y'all do. Y'all kick the Willy Bobos. Mm-hmm. That's what y'all do. Y'all sit back. It's like Willy Bobo is the old man on the corner that'll either be preaching to you or telling you about how it's back in the day or telling you what's going on today. That's what Willy Bobo was. Now you know.
And knowing is half the
You heard
battle.
it here first.
What else was I about to say? This last story. Can you tell them the story, the Crystal Water story about how I started singing the Crystal Water song in the backseat when we were coming from Philly? I'm sorry. No, dang, kill your ear. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, God. This song I feel like yesterday, too. My baby. Oh, Lord, I felt so bad. But me, my sister, her, and Kevin, we're coming this way. We're just coming to visit. We're coming to visit my mom and stuff. Lovey was about 4 years old. And so we're coming through Philly, going through the parks and all this stuff. And she looks over, she sees the man laying on the ground, right? And then she said, "Mom, why's that man laying on the ground?" She said, "Mommy, she hit me. Mommy, why's that man laying on the ground?" I said, "Oh, Lovey," I said, "because he's homeless." She's like, "He's homeless. He's homeless." I was like, me and my sister busted out laughing. We couldn't help it. Terrible person.
Yo! So I said, "Oh my God, where did she get that from?" And my sister turns around and looks at me like, "Huh?"
Like, listen to that song.
What do you mean where she gets that from?
Oh,
that's
goodness.
you. I was like, mm-mm. I don't do that kind of stuff. Lovey was hilarious.
I don't do that kind of stuff.
Lovey was hilarious. That's why I call her my Lovey. All her life I've been calling her my love, my love, my love. Had to cut it down. And she turned out to be Lovey.
That's the best story.
Everybody thought I was calling her Lucky, but
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Right? I'm not lucky at all.
Yeah, mom lucky. She met more celebrities than you.
Facts. I've only met LL Cool J. And I met Malik Yoba.
Was you?
Oh, remember when we was you were there? Yeah, I was there. My mom was there. We were stalking him.
Yeah,
we was.
And then we found him, and he was
a bastard.
Called him a bastard.
No, mad because he's a bastard. Mad because he was a bastard. But he was a bastard.
Because, That's when New York Undercover was on. So
yeah, brother.
All the middle-aged women.
Yup. But we was like, nigga. Yeah. We supporting you, and you want to treat us like we got
fifth grade teacher.
We got eczema like you.
Man.
You got eczema, dude. I ain't that serious. You got eczema all over your lips. You got eczema. We still think you fine.
Right. You're Malik Yoba, dog.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's it.
Get a real job.
Anyway, job. Take out Texas.
Okay, segue because I'm sitting back.
Okay,
Kanye and Bill
immediately.
Y'all go.
But no, we gotta get to the value menu first. Okay. So, welcome to another episode of Broke with Culture. I hope you enjoyed that. We are back after a long hiatus because work sucks, but we about to get into it. So, first and foremost, rest in peace to Bob Duro. Bob Duro was I believe the creator, but mainly the composer of Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh no!
He passed away.
Conjunction.
That was the best.
The best Schoolhouse Rock song was the VERB joint.
You think so?
Yeah. I do my thing in action.
Yeah. Oh
right?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. That was the black. Bob Duro was for black people. The VERB was the first black superhero. Y'all talk about Black Panther. No, VERB. He does his thing in action. What do you mean? His verbs are action words. Get it?
It's like he's stupid.
And it was the other one. I forgot the other super black one or whatever. I like the unpack the adjectives joint too.
Oh yeah, I like exclamations.
I like exclamation.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a little.
And interjections.
Oh yeah,
interjections. And I like oh, it's a telegraph line. You got yours and I got mine. It's called the nervous.
Look at Selena. Selena lost.
I'm not lost. I just know conjunction, junction, what's your function.
And what else do you know? You gotta know something.
I'm just
else.
a bill on Capitol Hill.
There you go.
I'm just a
bill.
Why'd you get that tattoo?
Huh?
Why'd you get that tattoo?
I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill.
I ain't no bill, and I ain't on Capitol Hill.
I'm talking about
the literal bill.
The little bill.
Why I need a bill on my face? I don't need to be reminded that we gotta pay bills all the time.
Damn.
Oh man, it's probably time to pay another bill. That would be a constant reminder of how my life
make
sucks.
it like you're trying to pass a bill.
I ain't trying to pass no bills.
You should.
About what?
Anything you want.
Nah.
Why not?
I don't want to be in politics.
Never?
No.
You could be though.
I'm not.
You could be.
Why?
Because you could.
This is the worst conversation. Why?
Because you're a black woman. I don't know.
Because you're young, gifted, and black. But why?
That's what I'm saying. Because you're young, gifted, and black. Why
I
not?
couldn't be in politics. Someone said I could be in politics the other
You
day.
could.
Because I have such strong. So I was talking about COINTELPRO. And I was like, J. Edgar Hoover and COINTELPRO. And we the new rock stars. I'm the biggest one out of all of them. I was freaking in the checkout office. I was freaking out.
Kim Ye.
Yo, are you Kanye West?
Maybe. That's why I love him so much.
So
What is all that?
So it's not that I don't agree with Kanye West or where he's trying to go. I just can't afford what he can afford to the point where I can think at that level.
There you go.
Like I don't have that money to be like.
There you go, though.
Yeah, like he has enough money to like buy out in Costa Rica and really not give a fuck about none of this no more. Yeah, I still gotta be down here and suffering the consequences.
What are your thoughts about as far as you being on your artistic side about what he said? Like, would you have like done that if you had to? Like, if you had a platform, No, not that. Not that.
Scoopity.
But he right though. We will still buy it. Most of us. But I'm saying, if you had a platform to be on, and you knew that was going to irk the shit out of people, what would your platform? Maybe your platform be?
Well, one, I wouldn't be on a platform that wasn't realistic to what people who don't live my life, and I'm talking about Kanye West's life, I wouldn't. And I would do my research before I said things. And that's what Kanye West is lacking. He doesn't do research. He just says things. And then when people say things to him, he's like, oh, really?
Wait.
All right, cool. That.
But how do you know that? How do you know he didn't?
Watch Kanye West do that.
I think Kanye is more intelligent than people believe he is.
No, I'm not saying that he's not intelligent. I'm saying that he doesn't think on a level that we're thinking because we live real life and he does not. If we were living in an age where there was equality to the point where we could have the conversation of free thinking, and I'm not what we're fighting for right now is basic human right.
Right.
A right that means that I can, as a black woman, I can walk down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning and go to the store and not be in any danger of anything, whether it be getting raped, whether it be being attacked and robbed, whether it be being attacked by police, things like police asking for my ID for no reason, things like that. You know, if I can go into suburban neighborhood and not be called not have the cops called on me because I'm just walking in the neighborhood and I'm a black person, especially if I don't have especially with my haircut and the way I dress, I could easily be mistaken for a boy. You know, things like that where it's just if that wasn't the society that we lived in today, I could understand where he's trying to go when he's talking about just the nature of free thinking. Right. You know, but because I live a real life, I have to pay real bills. I have to suffer real consequences for my free thoughts.
But my thing with that is, though, Selena, okay, I understand what you're saying, but this is a man that has money. Right. Isn't it, to me, okay, putting all that stuff, I may not agree with what he's saying, but I think it's cool that a black man never had to feel that way. Like he's not with in reality about things. Right. But in his reality, he never had to feel that way. I think that's cool that a black man got to really feel that way. Oh, absolutely. But that's it's a lot of denial. Yes. We're in agreement with that. But I think it's cool where we each actually got to a point where a black man can actually feel this shit don't affect me. Because we have not ever had, everything we have ever done, or let's be a female too, but the black man, everything they have has been persecuted. It's fucked up that they had to make money and be rich for somebody to recognize that they was just a man. But still have that undercover stuff. Because the people that, even the 1%, they don't care. Even the white 1%, they don't care about other white people that's beneath them. Right. That's all. They don't. They don't care. It's all they care about is money. Yeah, exactly. It's all through the spectrum. So I'm just saying about Kanye West, don't rant and rave and scream out things like, as a black man, right, it's not okay to say slavery was a choice, no, regardless of where he was going with it, because I understood that perspective. I understood where he was thinking. I understood what he was coming from because I understand Kanye West. Everything you're saying about Kanye West and the fact that now he has a right to be able to think freely, and that's not something that a black man is usually given. All that aside, right? The fact that he's so out of touch that now he's on that level of thought where he can say things like that, where it's like, yo, you've been in a lot of rooms with a lot of white people. Well, and those white people can't bring you down to the reality that we're facing every day. And because, like I was saying, because I live in the reality that I'm living in, right? And I suffer consequences. I watch my people suffer consequences. Kanye West don't have to watch it. He can turn his shit off and still live a great life. He can turn off social media. He can cut himself off from the world because he can afford to do that. I can't. I literally, even if I try to cut off social media, try to turn off my TV and be absent from the world, I still see it. But it's exhausting. You know what? Okay, I get that. I do, honey. I get it. Mm-hmm. But my problem with, with Kanye too. What you're saying, you know, I actually agree with. I actually do. But what I'm saying is that when are black people going to care about what other people say about us instead of worrying about what he's saying about us? We don't even care we don't care what nobody, I mean, white, Hispanic, whatever. We don't care what they say about us. But we care about what the others say about us more so. I mean, I hate the backlash. I hate it.
Because if he wouldn't have made albums like College Dropout, if he would have solely came out with Jesus, right? If Jesus was his first album, right? Then I could be like, oh, well, this not surprising. You know, Kanye was always been on some shit, you know? But no, he's had College Dropout. He had Graduation. We grew up with this man. You know, I've listened to Kanye West since I was 13, 14 years old.
Oh, there you go. You could have been my child.
You know? And I've loved this man since I was 13, 14 years old. And watching this man come up and talk about the black struggle, because it's not like he was absent-minded of it before, you know? I don't want to be one of those people that talks about his household or talk about how, you know, he's living in a house full of white people. So why would that be surprising?
Right.
But as a black man and black men more than anyone, quote unquote, knows the struggle, even though black women struggle the most. Let's not forget about that.
There you go, bruh.
The fact that he's saying all these things, but still not acknowledging the fact that we are still living a real struggle, it doesn't coincide for me. Right. You know, I want his level of thinking to be, I want it to be accepted. You know, I want that level of thinking to be accepted because I want to be able to think that way.
Right.
You know, I want to be, one of the things I loved about Kanye West is the fact that he always made me feel like I was the shit.
Yeah,
you know, listening to his music, he made me feel like I'm the one. On my downest days, Yeezus, granted, everyone hates that album. That's one of my favorite albums because listening to that on site, especially,
I don't understand why people hate Yeezus. It's a very motivational album. Like it's a very in your face, like actually, and it's crazy because people are just like, well, Kanye never wasn't on and if you listen to Yeezus, he was still on the black struggle type thing, like New Slaves and.
And everyone hated that record. Like either you hate it or you love it. Like, I don't
and Black Skinhead, definitely.
Yes.
Very conscious record. Very conscious of what he's doing. So like all this stuff is just pretty recent. And I feel like it just boils down to him missing his mother.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right.
And everything is like hitting the fan, not grieving. And him just being in an area with no one he trusts. Like it's not like Kanye West doesn't let us in his life through his music. Like even as far as, have you heard Watch? It's a new song. It's Lil Uzi Vert, Travis Scott. I haven't listened. It's a really good song. And even with that song now, he's just like, I went from the Illuminati to the sunken place. Like, where do y'all want me to be?
Right.
Like, and he was like, you just want a nigga to stand in place or just run in place.
That's
he literally just said that. Like, what do y'all want from me? So I get it, because if you guys don't know, what we're referencing right now is when Kanye West pretty much said slavery was a choice, or he didn't say it was a choice. He's like, you were enslaved for 400 years. That sounds like a choice to me. But a lot of people were just like, wow, he said slavery was a choice, but they were ignoring everything else he's been saying.
Right.
And it only takes one thing. Like, I've had people do that to me personally on not a grand scale. Like, you said it like this when you really didn't mean to say it like this. And later he retracted the statement, but he was like, what I meant to say was this. And I got it, but I was like, damn, Kanye, come on. Like, people are going to take this and run with it. Why did you just say that on TMZ of all platforms? Come on.
There you go. They don't really
on
mean
TMZ.
you no good.
Like, they don't, like, I mean,
they don't.
And it's funny because the guy, Van Lathan, who you don't know, was the guy that stood up and said Kanye checked him real quick. He is the one usually defending Kanye on TMZ when all these white folks saying like, oh, he's crazy. Da, 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 da. Like, no, Van Lathan's like, no. And the good thing about Van Lathan is he not only did he check Kanye, but he checked Kanye from the point of view of a fan.
Right.
It was like, this is emotional. Like, he sounded like he was going to cry. He was like, and people don't watch the entire interview. When Kanye went over there and tried to hug him, and he said, like, I hope he doesn't hit me. And then Van was like, I'm not going to hit you on TMZ. I'm not going to hit Kanye West on TMZ. So he was just like, when I was coming up in Louisiana and I was just a little black boy doing my thing and trying to get into the game, and I needed that confidence boost, you were the person who gave me that confidence boost, and it sucks that you're saying this right now.
Right.
And going back to the comment, I got what he was saying. It was just like, some black people do have that slave mentality. And then Kanye even tweeted a quote from Harriet Tubman, like, I freed like this many slaves. If this many knew they were enslaved, I could have freed this many more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't realize it. And we have that today. I'm like, we have to,
oh, man,
yeah. And Harriet Tubman said that. She pretty much said the same thing. Like, we have that slave mentality still to this day. And if he would have said that way, I feel like his comment would have been taken somewhere else.
Right.
But me sitting back and just seeing all this Kanye slander, it took y'all 24 hours to cancel Kanye, but it took you like 48 years to cancel R. Kelly.
There you
And
go.
I can't.
It's so fat,
There you
though.
go.
I can't. Like, I
That
can't.
is
Like,
so
I can't get down
fat.
with y'all with that. And
That
it's
is
like plenty
fat.
of people. And like, just I was like, well, Lil Wayne said not slavery, excuse me. Lil Wayne said racism doesn't exist because he's never directly experienced racism. And the cop that came in and saved him when he shot his own self in the chest was a white cop. So slavery doesn't exist. When Lil Wayne was saying something totally different about, not slavery, excuse me, racism doesn't exist. When Lil Wayne was saying something totally different about racism, years prior to. So I'm like, and everybody was like, well, Lil Wayne's on drugs. I'm like, Kanye West has an opioid addiction.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the difference? I'm like, so y'all, all of it is just like, not weed. Pretty much. Like, it's not, they're not on heroin, but they're on these drugs prescribed by psychiatrists on Kanye West level. These are opioids. Same thing with Meek Mill. Y'all agree everything Meek Mill saying, but he also had an opioid addiction, which he talked about on the Breakfast Club recently. So I just feel like people are just so against Kanye West for some strange reason when he's not on their side. But you're for just like when people were out here canceling Kanye, I posted, I was like, keep that same energy when your fave pulls up with some BS.
Right.
Because Fabulous and Nas are on the chopping block for domestic abuse right now. And keep that same energy when your fave pulls up, just like Erykah Badu was out here, and I love Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Come on. I was about to ask
Like, I love Erykah Badu. She's amazing. But Erykah Badu was like, maybe your kids should put on more clothes when they go to school. And maybe guys won't look at them if they put on more clothes.
Ooh, that's deep.
Hey, y'all. This is Mark, the producer.
Mark is here.
Hi, Mark.
What's up? So as y'all know, I'm a hardcore Kanye fan.
Yeah.
I got a Kanye tattoo. I used to direct music videos in Seattle as West Goodlife, directly inspired by Kanye West. Yo, Kanye West broke my heart.
Yeah.
It was bad. And it wasn't just the slavery thing. It was just
sad
kicking it with
watching
Trump.
Yeah.
Getting his hat signed.
It was sad watching him, though.
I got in a Facebook argument with my brother about Kanye West. Yes. And anyone who know me know I don't fuck with Facebook enough to check a party invite, regardless, to get into a fight about Kanye West. Dog. Like, my main problem with Kanye West, my only problem with him is that he doesn't live in the real world. And that's what it really boils down to.
But it's sad, though.
It's sad.
You got to look at...
Let
him keep it.
Yeah.
For a second, because I need to ask him.
And you know what, Mark?
I need to ask him as a man.
Yeah, as a Kanye West stan on your behalf. Like,
why?
It broke my heart, too. Like, it literally hurt my feelings.
What
that
gives you... What makes you,
like,
come to the conclusion of why he's like he is now?
Oh, well... It's a definite thing that when his mom died, half of Kanye died.
Okay, cool.
And what's left is the career Kanye, the Kanye who can't trust nothing. He turned on all of his friends for the most part. And he, like, the people who got in his corner, he knows they're not right. Like, you could love the Kardashians all you want. Kim knows what's going on with Kanye, and she let Kanye do Kanye because to her it's good publicity because she is in the business.
Right.
That's how she maintains
That's how
famous.
they make their money.
So it's kind of like I kind of feel bad for Kanye because I feel like he's kind of kidnapped in a way.
Right.
And I think in like 10, maybe like 5 to 10 years, we're going to get a different Kanye after he cleans up and he gets his stuff together, and we might finally get Good Ass Job to finish out the 4-album career joint, because after he stopped doing that, things got real weird for him real quick. And he used to speak out like to society, like George Bush don't care about black people. Like that shit was popping.
That was powerful.
But now
that was powerful.
But like
Mike Myers
he had that convention because he was living in the real world then. Yeah. And now he's not, and it just makes me like mad sad because I got this tattoo and people know how much I love him, and then they're just like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I think he needs help, and no one's fucking helping him. And it pisses me off.
And guess what?
Crying out for help for like 16 albums.
And I stand with Mark, and I stand with all the other Kanye fans. I'm staying by my boy. I'm staying by him. I'm sorry.
People came on my social media.
Yeah, he's acting like an asshole right now, but
What's
I'm
up with
standing
your
by
sis
him.
Kanye?
I can't really stand by him right now.
I am. I'm standing by him.
With Kanye, I'm like, I'll always love him, but he's kind of like, He's kind of at the point now where I'm like, you need some space. Like, you don't need my fandom. You need space. You need time to figure out what the hell's going on with your life. And when you come back, you know I'm going to buy your album. But right now, I don't think you need what I got to offer. You need real help. Like, I need to leave you alone. That's the best thing I can do for you. And the best thing that can happen to Kanye is this album flops and it checks his ego and he cleans his shit up.
He will.
And he gives us like that fucking relapse album or something.
Right. He really needs to just take.
Well, this is the kind of stuff that happens in the true Hollywood stories anyway.
Right.
So let him be great.
Because people are just like, so you just going to still be a Kanye West fan? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a Kanye West fan. But I'm going to let him do his thing. I'm like, what that man has given me through my adolescence cannot compare to what anyone else has given me. I haven't felt that way about a musician since Michael Jackson.
Right.
Like, at all. Like, and people had their choice words about Michael Jackson. So I'm like, is Michael Jackson still not a legend? So, I mean, as long he's not hurting anyone, he's hurting feelings, but he's not directly hurting people.
He broke my fucking heart.
I was ashamed. Like, I was about to cry. I was like, yo, I can't. I was sitting in my room like, yo, I can't defend this man. I'm like, I can't defend my fave. I thought my fave could never.
Right.
But my fave could.
But you know what?
Actually,
he went there.
He's been my problematic fave for a while now. Actually, since St. Pablo, where he was getting kind of like, granted, St. Pablo to me was a great album, but he's been getting mixed reviews since then. The things that he was saying before, he was like, all right, he's kind of going towards a downward spiral. So I'm still fucking with you. But when you stop speaking to me, because he's always been a level, even though he'll talk about money, he'll talk about his fame, Kanye West always was at a point where I thought he was talking directly to me, just on the strength that you have to empower yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Anything that you think you can do, you can actually do. Right. Things like that, where it's just like, great, Kanye West, thank you so much for doing that for me. But then when you stop living on my planet and you start living on a planet where the 1% can see living,
and people who give you leeway to do your thing,
right? Exactly.
Other people didn't give you leeway to do your thing.
And just piggybacking off of Mark, just the whole shit with him and Kim Kardashian. Like, granted, I love the fact that he has quote unquote found love, and somebody loves him to try to, I would hope, help him, but that bitch live in a fantasy world.
Oh,
she does. Like, she not disrespecting their family or nothing, but everything they do is for publicity. Right. One of the things that irritates me about the Kardashians is that for instance, Kylie.
They don't have no talent. They don't have anything to
not
keep
even that. Not even that. Right. Kylie. Right. You live on fucking social media. Right. Right. And all of a sudden you disappear, and there's rumors about you being pregnant. I can guarantee, and then all of a sudden she pops back on social media. I can almost 1,000% guarantee that whole pregnancy is going to be on the next season of Keeping Up the Kardashians.
You think so?
Probably. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, because
absolutely. There was an entire montage
money,
of their life.
It's going to make her money. It's going to make her money,
especially since she had.
Yeah, it's going to make her money.
She had a baby with a high profile person, which is Travis Scott.
Make it, and even if it wasn't a high profile person, and even if it wasn't like a famous person, it would have been the scandal, and that would have been up when Keeping Her
having a baby, and she's only 20 years old, right? Sexualized since she was 15 years old.
Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys this: do either one of you actually believe in the Kardashian curse?
I don't believe in the Kardashian curse because people break away with it. I mean, if there's a Kardashian curse, that means there was a Ray J curse, because Kim Kardashian wasn't famous until Ray J and Brandy.
Ray J always been an a-hole, but I'm just saying.
Did you think so? I love Ray J.
He's always been an a-hole to me.
He's
always been an a-hole to me, but anyway.
No, I love Ray J. Ray J will always be.
Why?
Might be number one problematic fave.
Yeah,
when I get rich, you going to therapy.
I love Ray J.
I love Ray J and Brandy.
Ray J can't
Brandy. I don't have to go there again.
I don't really start.
And that's the thing. Brandy's the more famous one, but guess who I care about more?
Ray J. Because he's problematic. Brandy don't do nothing problematic. Not much.
Brandy kills people.
Brandy kills somebody.
She didn't kill that person. I think, from what
that's problematic.
All right, then so Halle Berry killed somebody then.
I don't like that
bitch problematic too. I didn't say she was right.
I think she's talentless as well.
I didn't say she was right either.
Plenty of people killed people. It's just what you do with it.
That's how you handle it afterwards.
Well, I haven't, and I'm problematic.
No, but here's the thing. So Brandy. I don't think Brandy killed that person. I think she was involved in a pileup that killed the person.
Yeah,
she didn't.
I give it to her.
She didn't. Halle Berry ran over somebody. Brandy did not hit someone directly.
She was mad at one of them bulls.
Yeah, so did Caitlyn Bruce Jenner. So yeah, so I mean,
yo, you see how that? See what money can do? No one's talking about that case. How Caitlyn Jenner killed that person.
They tried to, but people were
wait a minute.
People were just on champion because it came out the same time she transitioned.
Oh,
so
okay,
people just champion the transition. I know. Forgot about that. So
Speaking of transitioning,
it was the LGBTQ. Y'all did that shit.
And then we backed away because we saw
we didn't do that. Y'all did that. Y'all took it off of her.
So wait, speaking of transitioning, right?
Go ahead.
I gotta bring up the biphobic thing.
Oh God! So apparently we're biphobic.
No.
Apparently I'm biphobic.
No,
we're both biphobic.
So apparently there's this thing
going around.
There's this thing going around where you can be biphobic, which is having a phobia against bisexual people in particular, right? So my issue with biphobia, if it does exist, please be in my mentions and correct me, because I do have a bunch of politically correct
about biphobia
followers.
Go ahead.
If you're biphobic, that means that in the society that we live in, I would assume that the phobia would be against the homosexual part, because heterosexuality is accepted in society. If I am biphobic, that means that internally I hate myself, because I am a lesbian and I won't date other biphobic. So, and then I'm just speaking this in general terms, because I would assume that when they're talking about biphobia, they're talking about the fact that bi people are hated because they enjoy both genders, meaning. And just to clarify, when you're bisexual, it just means that you enjoy men and males and females. We're not talking about transgender people or anything like that.
That's just sad that you have to even explain that anymore today. But anyway, go ahead.
The only reason that we had to explain it because nobody won't mind their business.
I'm saying,
just let people do them.
Selena, I'm on your side.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying it for the people. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm explaining it for the people. That's the only reason why we have to explain it like that. Cause
devilish.
I'm not being devilish. I'm just saying.
Devilish.
No, I'm not being devilish. I'm just saying that people, the only reason that we have to explain it in such depth is because people won't mind their business.
I'm just letting you know.
No, I know you're on my side. I didn't say that you weren't.
Let me cross my legs.
What did I do? I don't really know what's happening no
Okay,
more.
go ahead.
But anyway, so I would assume that people are really talking about the fact that people don't like bisexual people because they enjoy both genders, and bisexuals quote unquote play games. But if you're a true bisexual in nature, you genuinely enjoy both sexes. It doesn't conflict with your relationships. What they're talking about is these bitches, or more so these bitches, because don't nobody fuck with bisexuals that are men, because apparently women have a thing against that, but we won't even discuss that, because straight women in general are weird.
And men don't want to put it out in the open. How about that?
No, not even talking about women. I'm not even talking about men. I'm talking about straight women. Straight women have an issue with bisexual men. Yeah, absolutely. Especially straight black women. They have an issue with bisexual men because they have an issue with femininity in men.
I do.
Because no. Let's not even go there.
I have talking with bisexual women. Oh, but go ahead, honey.
But the reason that people, but what they're talking about, these women that quote unquote play games, but they're not really bisexual. They're just quote unquote having that phase, right, or going through that thing where they're just fucking with bitches for a little bit, and all of a sudden they fucking with niggas again.
Because niggas getting on their nerves.
I'm just
gonna go over here and just do my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the way I define bisexual is you can actually have a relationship with both sexes.
Exactly.
That's how I define bisexual. Because there's a lot of people who are like, you know what? I'll have sex with that guy, but I like women. Or I would have sex with that guy, but I like, anyway, you know, men or something like that. Or that lady.
And they always tie it to sex, and it has nothing to do with sex. They're talking about actual relationships. And granted, sex is a big part of relationships. No, we're talking about genuine emotions.
You gotta just be free. I'm like, that's not being free. I'm like, that's experimentation.
No, you no, wow. That's basically being a hoe. Because you know what? I'm with Selena. I am with that. as far as her.
Raise your glasses.
She's like, yes. But I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is like, why do we even care about that anymore?
Because
people don't mind their business.
Because somebody was butthurt.
You know
that
what?
This girl wouldn't date them because they were a bisexual man. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
it's just like when I found out my daughter was gay. I hooped, I hollered.
How did you feel about
I knew she was going to go there. Why can't we just
go there?
We just need to go there. Okay, Ricky Lake. Anyway.
Ricky Lake. Yo, what's she doing?
Bitch.
What is Jenny Jones doing?
What is Jenny Jones doing?
I don't know. Ever since that guy killed
wearing them red glasses. Wearing them glasses and wondering where she went wrong. Wearing them red glasses and
that was Sally.
No.
What happened to Sally?
Jenny Jones.
Jenny
Jones.
Raphael. Jenny Jones is
Jessica
old.
Raphael still alive?
Yes, I was Jessica Raphael. You didn't see her on the Action Bronson joint?
Yeah.
No.
The joint with Action Bronson. Yeah.
Oh, yay.
And the Sally.
But go ahead. How did you feel about your girl?
She's still wearing them red glasses.
No, it wasn't like, I don't want to go there. It was a very, 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 I don't want to sound dramatic, but it was a very, like, hard time.
My mom would say it too.
Hard time. And I banged and I stamped and I screamed and I hollered, of course. And I was angry. And then one day, I just was watching Lovey one day. And it all just flashed all over me. And I was like, what the hell are you mad about? Are you mad about that she not what you to be, what you want her to be? Or are you mad about is the person that she is? And I like the person she is. So it was like, that's not who I wanted her to be. But I love the person she is. It's cool. I had to like let that slow. And what to help like support a family. Because my family is just like, excuse me, they fucked up. But I'm just saying, they good people, but they just fucked up people. But when they was like, okay, this is like my brother calls her Boovie. Everybody calls her KK. And my sister, her favorite, Leo calls her K. And when they was like, well, Kelly, I know you ain't letting. I was like, I'm angry. She was who she gonna be. And I had to like sit back and say, you know what? Am I angry because what I don't want her to be, or is I angry because it's the person she is? And I was like, okay, Lovey's a good person. She made me laugh. She's giving. She's kind. What the fuck do I care about who the fuck she sleep with? And I can't be I was mourning like not being a grandmother. That's what it was. Not saying that she would never sleep with a man, but I was mourning that. And I was like, I was being selfish because I was like, well, damn. And I sat there and told my friend not to do that to his own son. Mm-hmm. And look, tables turn. There you go. So I had to say to myself,
Dad, you really had to practice what you preached.
Yep, I did. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? How many times in life you get to do that? Practice what you preach. And I was like, I love my kid. I said, that's my best friend. My best friend. And I said, guess what? I got to, you know what? You want to keep it real with yourself? Look in the mirror at yourself. I'm telling you, Selena, just look in the mirror at yourself. My mother always said, you can look in the mirror, you can lie to people all day long. You look in the mirror, look at yourself and see if you can lie to yourself and see what happens. And it's the truth. You can't lie to yourself. You can be the ugliest motherfucker in the world. And you go out there and say, I'm this, I'm that. And you look in that mirror, like, yeah, I am ugly. But guess what? I carry myself like I'm fine. That's what you do. You go out there.
Darn.
It's the truth. Fact. I'm telling you, fact. Come on, you got to know at least one ugly motherfucker to say he's ugly motherfucker.
Philadelphia response. That's crazy.
That's the truth.
That's great.
There's this famous comedian that says, you know why ugly people so mad? And they like, why? Because when you knock on the door, they know you're going to meet another ugly person. They just mad. But I had to say that to myself because I was like, well, damn. Kelly, check yourself. Check yourself. You claim to love her. You claim to love her. First of all, claim to love her unconditionally.
You claim to love her unconditionally.
That's your baby.
Look at that.
That's your baby. You gotta do it. And then and you know what? I hate to say it, between you and her, and a lot of her friends, y'all are making me understand the community a lot better. You know what I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
No,
You're making me understand like the community, because I was like, I had nothing. Shit, I got cousins that gay. My cousin used to tell me he was going to cut me all the time. He died last year. You know Woody.
Woody did die.
Yeah, Woody died of AIDS. He died last year. He all the time. Bitch, I will cut you. Come on, bring it. You know what I mean? That's the kind of cousin we was. I knew he was gay. My best friend in elementary school was gay. Didn't know at the time, but as you grow up, you figure that shit out. But he was gay. But he was my best friend. Never turned my back on him. But then I had to look at myself and say, well, okay, I'm doing that. Why the fuck am I turning my back on my daughter? She gay. Her father got it. Everybody got it but me. And then I had to sit back and say, Kelly, you know what? You're mourning the person you wanted her to be. Mm-hmm. You're not mourning. You're not upset with her because she's gay. Mm-hmm. You're mourning because I ain't going to be no grandmother. I ain't going to be this. All this shit. But why the fuck is you worrying about what she took away from you? What are you taking away from her not being supporting her?
Right.
So I had to turn around. And that's my buddy. That is my nigga. That is my nigga. I hate to say that. That's my nigga. You are my love and my prized possession. Because of you, I got pride and joy.
That was sweet.
There you go.
You have pride and joy.
Yep. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little teary because it's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day.
This is a good episode,
but that's
guys.
my nigga. That is my nigga.
This is a good one.
I'm telling you, Selena, Lovey always, excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. She always tries to get people to understand me. She don't, and she don't even agree with the fuck I said. But she wants everybody to understand me. That I'm not what people think I am. Some people see me, she's a bitch. She's a bitch. Lovey like, y'all don't even know my mom. My mom love hard. When she love you hard. But if you get on it, watch the fuck out. If you get on her bad side. But when she love you hard. No matter what. You know? I'm sorry.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm sorry, everybody.
Selena don't think I deserve nothing. And that's what it boils down to. Selena don't think I deserve to be like. Selena been hating on me since day one. I don't know why I asked her to be my co-host.
I didn't raise her like that, though, Selena, for her to say things like that.
Because I got to keep you humble.
Stop coming here.
You won't find another co.
No, it's going to be you in a microphone. And Mark.
Okay, I don't know how long y'all going to have to talk, but I'm shutting up.
So, Kelly,
I'm done.
How did you feel about telling your mom?
Oh, it was hard. Of course it's hard. Didn't you ask me that before? Did I say this to that? Oh, never mind. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's just you just want people to accept you, and that's the problem. Especially the person you came out of. You definitely want them to accept you because that's pretty much all you got. So if that person doesn't have your back, who's going to have your back? And like she said, she was mad at first, but then she kind of got over it. She was just like, you could be pregnant. So
basically, yeah.
So you could be pregnant. So
a crackhead or
something like this better. And it's not
real. Yo, you could be pregnant. You could be a crackhead.
You could be selling drugs. You could be like, I don't know, a prostitute. I don't know. Like you could be doing whatever, but you just decided to love the same sex, and you know what? I'm fine with that. And she's pretty open with everything. Like she's met every girl I've ever dealt with ever in history.
Some were unacceptable.
These are unacceptable. She's open. If like one of them like breaks my heart, she's open to listen to it, and like I'm not scared to talk to her about anything like that anymore. And like she said, like her being around me and my friends and us just being so open minded, and just she gets the 411 on everything because she works in the customer service business. So when someone, just like when you say like transgender people come to your job to get their licenses switched over from male to female or anything like that, she's the person that they gravitate to for some reason. And they tell her that, like, I don't know why I'm gravitating towards you.
They do.
But I'm so happy that you're being nice to me and you're making this a little bit easier and you're not judging me for
and
what I'm doing.
Some questions.
Yeah, and she's just like, well, my daughter is a lesbian, so I'm fine with it. Like, you're a person, you're nice to me, you're kind to me, you're coming in here and you just want to make your life a little bit easier. So I'm going to help you make your life a little bit easier, and I appreciate that about her. So it's not hard
Just
at all.
quick sidebar.
A lot of people weren't gifted with that type of
sidebar.
thing, so
like I had this young man.
You said sidebar like Jay-Z.
Yeah. Did I get that one off?
She likes Frank Ocean.
Did I get? Oh my God.
Like sidebar like Jay-Z.
Oh my God. I love Frank. But anyway, no, I'm not going there. But anyway, just like this young man, right? I was so mad this was the boss I had before the boss I had. And I was like, why does she have to be such a bitch? God damn. What the fuck is wrong with you? Excuse me. Why you have to be like that? So he is Lovey, I don't know, transgender. Y'all, you're still working. I'm working this thing out, Selena.
Oh yeah,
dressed up like a lady.
We working this thing out.
Right.
Because we don't know what biphobic is.
He's dressed
like, huh?
He was basically dressed like a girl, pretty. But, he was a man. And So I was like, he was like, Miss, when they call me, can you don't call my name out loud. Don't say Mr. or don't call it my first name out loud. And I said, okay. Because I knew it was a man. It's a dude. What can I do? So I printed out his duplicate. And my boss, she was like, Kelly, I said, I got it. So I said, Mrs. So-and-so. Like that, right? And yeah, you got it. He said, thank you so much. I said, man, I ain't got time for this shit.
I got time to be the way I feel like shit today.
You know what? Because guess what? I ain't trying to put you. I don't like to put anybody on blast anyway. I'm not doing. That's not what I'm about. Putting people on blast. And then my boss said, why you ain't call him Mister? Because that's what he is. Bitch, please. Why are you doing this? Why are you mad because he look like better than you? What?
Why are you mad?
What? I'm not mad. I am not mad. And that's what, it just comes back around like to fruition, like what I'm saying. Between you, between her, between all, and it doesn't even have to be person that's a lesbian or gay. It's people that just understand them and hang around them that gets me to understand a lot better. You know what I mean? I have a problem. No problem with it. I never had a problem with gay people per se. I had a problem with my daughter being gay. Y'all getting that shit mixed up. But I'm just saying. Then I had to get over that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I ain't have a problem. Never had a problem with gay people.
Yeah. But when it hits home, it's just like, now I gotta confront it. And then you more
Selena,
empathetic
it's
of
fucked
it.
up, though.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, but it is. It's fucked up when you find that out. Because I know you have a sister, correct? How old is your sister?
18.
Okay.
17. Jesus.
So is she dating guys? I'm sorry.
No, my sister is a child.
No.
She doesn't have
wait, excuse me?
She sits in the house and doesn't be bothered nothing to nobody. I think she's a psychopath.
I don't.
She don't talk to nobody. I think she write her
sexual
manifesto.
orientation like
No.
Manifesto.
I think she write her
I'm a
manifesto.
lesbian. I'm a homosexual and I'm a psychopath.
No,
What?
I think she actually might be crazy. Wow, what's up?
No, I was just wondering, do you think she is going to be heterosexual?
Fucking, excuse my language. I apologize.
Go ahead.
No. I don't think of my sister.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
We're going to rule the world.
You know what, though? Only because I feel like that would break my mom heart. That's the only reason I would say, like, God, not two of them.
But
Jesus.
guess what? No. But guess what? She got through you. She loves you dearly, unconditionally.
Oh, absolutely.
And she walked beside you. Like me, her, you, and Lovey will be arm in arm. Like bitch, don't feel my vibe.
But if my sister was to ever come out to me, God forbid.
You don't even want to know first?
No.
You should.
No, she would tell me first. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's my best friend in the entire world. She's my homegirl. But I don't even think that she thinks on that type of level. I do think that because she's so open about the fact that she likes men,
right? Like,
not that she likes men, but she finds them attractive. Like she'll
being educated.
Yeah. And not even that. She don't even like school. She wanted to be in her room by herself, making beats.
Hope for the black children of the future.
Yeah. She just wants to sit in her room and make beats. She weird. The thing I like about my sister is the fact that she's like, she's like legit a kid. She's not one of these kids that be out here wearing makeup, doing too much. She dresses like a kid.
Love it.
She acts like a kid. She minds her business. She thinks all this, and Kelly's one of the favorite words, all this riffraff out here is too much for her.
And all this tomfoolery.
All this tomfoolery. Like she would use a word like tomfoolery and riffraff. Like she do not mess with. She don't really have no friends. Like that's why I think she's a psychopath. Like
They're all dead.
She like all her friends are push her to the edge. Okay, she does not. She's not with it at all. I think that she's very family. Like she just hangs with her. She grew up the way kids our age grew up, where she hung out with her family. Her family, her cousins were her best friends. You know, like that's what type of time she on. She's in basketball. We're going to the Bahamas this in September because she got a basketball scholarship.
Awesome.
So she's gonna be playing out there, stuff like that. Where
That's what I'm talking about.
Really just be minding her. When she told me a story about how she was at lunch, right? And we share a Spotify account, so I know she has lunch around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Shit. But go ahead.
And she was talking about how one day she couldn't listen to Spotify because some girl had the nerve to want to talk to her. She was like, yo, like, I don't even understand what she had to talk about. Like, she was just complaining. And I just wanted to sit there and, like, listen to my music and do my homework.
She walking around with shoe boxes for slippers. I mean,
no, she's definitely going to be.
Like saying, she's like,
she reminds me.
Invaded my space.
Yeah.
But you in the whole lunchroom, though.
No, she don't like. She reminds me of my wife. Shout out to Ashley Vincent.
Who's she?
My wife. We went to school together.
Shout out Ashley. How you doing, girl?
Shout out to Ashley. But all my wife wants to do is like just travel and be left alone and kind of like just hang out with her family and be the fun aunt that hands presents out.
I so want to be gay. I so want to be gay because y'all don't even care. Like,
Ashley's not gay in real life.
No, Ashley's not gay.
No, but the way you act like you like my wife.
Huh.
But I'm just saying, I so want to be gay when I don't care about what the fuck my partner doing.
Straight women do that too. Like, yeah.
No. Well, you know
maybe
what?
not.
It's my domestic partner.
Yeah.
Wait, this is my domestic partner.
Wait, you right, Selena?
Straight women do that. That's my girlfriend.
There you
That's
go.
my homegirl.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't telling you because you don't know. But I'm just saying.
I don't want to know. What are you talking about?
What's happening? No,
I don't want to.
But she don't know. But I was like, oh,
What
right.
happened? She's not right there. What's going on?
Girl talk.
I'm just sitting over here.
Women are way more comfortable.
I know a woman that is married, and her husband don't even sleep in the same bedroom anymore. And don't think it's an old person thing because isn't she named?
No, I can't wait.
You can't wait to have Bert and Ernie dance with someone.
Oh my God. I can't wait to have a choice. What life is about choices, and we're about making the right ones.
You gonna say that when you get married on your wedding? Listen, at the altar, life is about choices, you guys. I don't know what she think we finna do. I don't know about all this compromise.
Dog, life is about choices. I want to have a choice of whether we can. Wow,
Life is about choices.
It is though.
My
Actually,
relationship is going to be. I don't want to say messed up because I feel like we live in a society where I think everybody should mind their business and do what we want to do. And I want to live in a place where I can like be in a relationship where no one would judge me for me and my wife sleeping in separate beds or like having separate apartments or like just living completely separate lives.
I agree. I don't agree. I feel like you should like her enough to want to sleep in a bed.
I would like, but I think that. So you know how Carrie and Mr. Big in the second second movie
What
of
the hell is going on?
Sex and the City.
No, you said I'm Mr. Big.
And Sex and the City in the second movie, which was terrible. That was the worst movie ever because it was about white women being white.
I couldn't get through that one when they went to
Why you say
Dubai.
that though?
Because it was about, if you watched it was about white women being white.
I couldn't get to the one where they went to Dubai.
Yeah, it was just about, oh my God, my husband wants to get a second apartment because he doesn't want to be around me all the time, and I can't believe it. Like,
I love this.
oh my goodness, like, We can afford 2 apartments, and he wants to be in a separate apartment as me, and I can't live without him all the time.
Guys, if you could see her doing it, and you would crack the hell up. I'm just trying to hold it.
I just can't take.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean you want to be separate from me? Like, what do you mean you want to have just the weekends off? I mean, God, this is a marriage. I hated that. I hated that movie because
Cool impression. I love it.
Because the first one was so good and the second one was so disappointing, but that's besides the point.
It was really good.
I like the fact that they had. Look at Mike. Look at the hospitality.
Mark,
he's doing too much.
Mark is.
Mark, aren't you from a southern state?
Southern hospitality overall. Me.
Born in Camden.
You're born in Camden,
New Jersey.
That's so unfortunate.
Right.
I'm good. Stop it.
How does it? Oh my goodness! Y'all all from Jersey.
We are all from Jersey.
How does it feel? It's like a reunion, right?
A Jersey reunion. I don't know nothing about South Jersey. Like
I know all about South Jersey.
I told my mom sister was from Maplewood. I was like, Mom, you heard me? And she was like, I heard you. She's from Maplewood.
Maplewood.
Jersey.
Maplewood, New Jersey. Oh, I'm not going there.
What part of Jersey are y'all from again?
Jersey, because y'all be killing us.
It's like Central
P-Funk.
It's close to Norval.
P-Funk?
You know
Parliament is from
the Parliament Funkadelics?
From Plainfield, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
My family. Her cousin's father is one of the original ones.
Apparently, George Clinton is my cousin. Did I tell you what Kenny said?
Yeah.
Kenny's my dad.
So
She don't care. Did you suck your teeth when I told you that? I was like, what? She can hear everything Kenny says. It's a lie.
why?
He proved it. He literally went down the family because I was skeptical.
I was like, he is. But my
Kenny don't be lying.
my sister had a baby with one of the original ones. So
Dang.
and they were. Did you? Oh God, I'm glad she don't be on Facebook. Remember the Facebook wars about the records? Give me my daddy records. No, you remember with Jamal?
Jamal was screaming about giving.
You didn't see that the Facebook war?
Jamal
oh my
screamed
God!
about something. Though.
The Facebook war, Lovey. It went on for like 2 weeks. It went on for like 2 weeks, where the girl was threatening to call the cops on him and tell him he's harassing her.
Wow.
Yup. And Linda stepped in, one of Manifa's godmother, and told her, Jamal, just stop it. Just stop it. Let him do it. Let him do it. Because she was fighting. Because Parliaments had left him some stuff too. His father some stuff when he first did so he had gold records, a lot of stuff. And it was a mess. It was a MESS.
MESS mess.
Yeah, I had to spell it right.
It's like Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah. There you have it. Without the rap music. Without the backbeat. There you have it without the backbeat.
But yeah, fun fact.
Well, go on, honey.
How does it feel to be from Jersey?
Why are you asking? How does Philly feel from Philly, though?
I like being from South Philly.
No,
Philadelphia's don't even claim Philly. I like being from this part of
Philadelphia.
Philly.
And back in the day, Philadelphia was a bomb because my mother from here. Philadelphia was a bomb to me. I used to love coming to visit. Once I moved to this motherfucker, it was over. I was like, okay, because not talking about you, sweetie.
No, I don't have nothing.
But
people be hating on Philly all the
Philly,
time.
oh no, Philly needs to be hated on though. Because you know why? Philly people, when they walk around like, yeah, we the bomb. We know what's up. We know y'all. But anyway,
I saw you walking down the street like
y'all,
that.
I see like, yeah, it's all about us. Yeah, we got this, we got that, doing all this bullshit.
I see you walking down the street like
And
you're
then
the bomb.
first of all, you'll be looking at people like, hey, we did that in '99 up north. I don't know. This is like this because I call this the South. I'm serious. Philly is the South.
It's
A,
a
B,
it's
C,
a really
ass
southern
backwards
city.
and country.
It's a really southern city.
I can't take it. Y'all so far behind. Y'all far behind.
Then Jersey?
Yeah.
Yes. Me and my daughter stepped.
Y'all so hyped because New York is right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's where we
Oh my God.
Lovey, like that's Lovey. I took Lovey when Lovey was a baby. Me and Lovey hung in New York every other weekend. She was just a baby though in a cart, but I didn't. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But over here, you guys are
Jersey.
like,
You know what I don't like about Jersey? You know what freaks me out about Jersey?
The
Front and
pollution?
backyards. Front and backyard.
No, the
and the
all
fact
the
that you have air. What?
all the space in between the houses. I could never move to Jersey unless I was like rich and had a family.
Why would you not want to?
I like
Selena
row
act like
homes.
we lived in like it was all these acres. Right? It's
No.
like an alleyway. How you? The houses are
Even
not
the fact-
connected.
Even the
It's
house.
not, you can walk through them though, sweetie.
No, but even the fact, like, I always tell Kelly this anytime we have these Jersey Philly wars. I like row homes or even like small apartment buildings where if I have a fire, everybody going down with me.
That's terrible. If I got roaches.
Everybody
got roaches.
like
That's a whole.
it affects everybody.
That's whole wrong. That's
If
whole
you,
wrong.
I want my screams to be heard next door.
You will.
Yeah.
It's not like
No.
we just
No,
don't
you won't.
do nothing. We
Now
just
you have to go.
hear it.
Then you gotta go all the way downstairs.
No.
Your big ass house.
This is let me tell you. Selena, let me tell you a story.
All
Seriously.
that space in that house.
Seriously, let me tell you a story. Now, tell about your uncles, right? How they all lived with us at one time.
Yeah.
Y'all got to in Jersey.
they
Y'all
said first.
got all that
Apartment.
space. Y'all might as well live together.
Right. So I'm looking out the window and I'm saying to myself, they arguing. I'm like, wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, wow. That guy just waving a gun.
In Jersey.
In Jersey, but you know what?
We're not
We
talking
did-
about gun
but
violence.
no. But you know
not.
what? You know what? We did it with like etiquette, though.
Our gun violence had etiquette.
I will politely wave my
the
gun.
suburbs break out the AKs and etiquette.
There's a lot of white people in Jersey.
You're like, excuse me, can I shoot you? Or no? You know, that kind of situation.
Can I shoot you? Excuse me.
Because you know why? You know they ain't righteous because they sit there too long. Usually niggas out the street, they ain't waiting.
Yeah.
This guy, he just like, I mean, boy, I don't know. Do I want to shoot him in the head? Do I want to shoot him in the liver? Do I shoot him? That's what Jersey people, that's why they get fucked up and get caught.
I can't trust Jersey. It's something that like, why?
Nobody trusts Jersey. Everybody says like,
You
you're the
know
only
what?
person from Jersey. I'm
You know
like,
what,
I'm the only
Lovey?
Capricorn in New
You got your
Jersey, and
license?
people like,
You drive a driver's license?
I do not. That's
Oh.
another thing. You have to. You don't have.
You need to drive over here with
such
SEPTA.
thing
You need to drive
as a
over here
corner
with SEPTA,
store
yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
in Jersey.
Yes.
Where?
Poppy stores. There's
Poppy
in
stores.
Jersey.
Where?
Bodega.
Bodegos.
Bodega.
That's what we call Bodegos.
Nah, I ain't never seen a poppy store.
Right
in
around
Jersey.
the Lovey. We have Lovey have
You can
one
walk there?
This way,
Yeah, it was
one
right
that
around the
way.
corner from my house.
It was right around the corner.
Yeah.
Everywhere we lived.
Every block is so long.
No,
How far?
legit.
But
Like,
guess
this
what?
is-
I
all
wouldn't
right.
be like this fat
This
if it
was our
wasn't.
old spot in Jersey. The Poppy store was literally where that ashtray is. This is me walking out my house and then walking, turn the corner, going to the
Kelly,
house.
you're on a where? What? No,
think
Kelly.
about it,
honey, right here.
I'm thinking about it as a block, but I'm
And she
thinking about
helped
it
me out.
realistic.
No,
so,
okay.
So is it like a West Philly block?
Yeah.
No, it's
It's
not,
like,
Lovey.
no, it's like, no, seriously. It's like you, actually, it was closer than the store that you walked to from your house.
Oh yeah, the one around where we
It's
used
like
to live. Yeah.
me, it would have been like me walking from my house.
I don't believe nothing you say.
No,
'cause I ain't never
seriously.
seen this for
Listen,
myself.
you live up street from the Paul Robeson house, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I did poetry there.
You did a sad poem.
Awesome.
You did a sad poem.
Did I hear it? Okay, go ahead. Go. We'll
that was back when I was 15.
No parents.
And I was really sad. And I wrote this poem that made my mom cry
Aww.
because I was really
You
sad.
remember it?
No.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
Everything
But
is
anyway,
darkness.
I'm sorry.
Everything is
Sorry,
darkness.
move on.
Yo,
Move
shout out to
on.
Boss Baby. Boss Baby was a good movie.
Boss Baby was really funny.
That was a good movie. Yeah. No, the corner store was it was like me walking to your house, walking to the Paul Robeson house.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen in Jersey?
The flood.
The flood.
It floods bad.
Of course it floods
Usually,
bad.
for like 3 years when I was in elementary to middle school, we had like a really bad hurricane, like at the beginning of the school year, which was clutch because it would close school for a week. It was clutch, but the block would flood. So the year right before we moved to Philly, there was a really bad one, and the water literally came up the steps. Like you couldn't walk down. Like stuff was floating down the street.
It was a monsoon.
Pretty much, I guess if you want to call it a monsoon. We didn't discover no new fish. But yeah, like,
Let me tell you.
But I mean, like, but
Remember I told you
things
about
were
the story
floating
of
down the
house
street.
blowing up in back of me?
Yeah.
The house blew up in the back of you.
We had.
Did you say someone went up in the air? That's not funny.
No, yeah, I'm going to tell her. 70s. It was a big flood where I'm from, Plainfield, New Jersey. Shout out P-Funk. But,
P-Funk. I'm not calling
that's
people P-Funk.
P-Funk.
Why you rep P-Funk?
I'm still repping P-Funk.
I'm
I'm gonna come down with the spaceship
But,
on their head.
yeah, but we had a big flood, and at the time, like even now, I think over here, I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me. Like when the water goes in your basement, a lot of times the gas company comes and shuts everything off. Like shuts all this stuff.
We don't have floods in Philly.
No, well, I thought y'all did.
Nah.
They don't have nothing.
Well, I know. Listen, I know y'all ain't had nothing since I've been here, but I don't know what happened before I came here.
I never seen no flood in my life.
So when the water goes down in your basement, you have to call.
I never seen nothing.
She said, "Damn." She told me
problem.
Your mom said she ain't travel. I ain't seen shit either.
That's real. Like, nah.
But yeah. So the water would go down in the basement, and you have to get the gas company to come shut off your gas because you didn't want the water going because
It'll get caught.
yeah. So we are sleeping. We knew it was a flood the night before. We heard the bad weather and everything, but I mean, you say, they just bullshit. They're gonna keep their job.
White
They
people
fuck with the
respond
weather.
to
They say
everything.
anything just to get us hype. But
The government.
so we laying there, and I'm laying. I can see it. I'm like, and we 620 back bedroom. Me and my two sisters and my brothers over here. Blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden, boom, and I'm laying. My bed was by the window, and I look up and I see all this stuff, and I see this lady flying up in the air, and the mattress coming, and she bam, and I was like, what the hell? What the fuck just happened? And I could hear my mother saying, guys, come on, get out. Get up, guys. Get up. The basement, our house wouldn't have water in it, but our basement did. And she said, she looked outside and she was like, oh my God, it's flooding. This street is flooding. You had to put a boat, actually. You had to float on tires and everything. You had to put a boat in the street to get out of here. She said, the basement is, but our house ain't. So we good. But we had a nice finished basement in 620 Lovey. We had a pool table down there, everything, destroyed everything. So I was like, oh my God. My mother said, well, the firemen said we don't have to leave the house because they came in and they turned the gas off. And we was like, okay. But we was just like, basically, if you wanted to go outside, you had to get a boat or a tire to float on around the city.
See?
Yep, around the city.
Why do people live there?
But no. That was like doesn't happen like that. The only thing that bad to our family, the only thing bad happened to my sister is that the water came up in her house. It was up to her knees, and her dog died. Her dog drowned in the basement. Her dog drowned in the basement.
My dog would have drowned in the basement in Jersey.
They were asleep. They didn't know that happened. The dog and she when the fireman came and told her to call the house, she was like, my dog is in there, and they found her dog. The dog was just floating around. The dog was dead. The dog drowned. Because she put her dog in the basement that night. She didn't know. Because she didn't want him, tearing up stuff. And she put him in the basement.
I would
He
never
died
forget
in the basement.
myself.
He drowned in the basement.
Dang.
It's crazy, yeah.
So,
What's in Jersey?
what's in Jersey? Nothing.
Nothing.
Quiet.
Peace and quiet.
That sounds terrifying.
Quiet and 1,000 different nationalities. No, except for me and Lovey go back to Plainfield and do Where's Waldo. But that's another whole story.
That's real.
Y'all lose each other?
We know.
Y'all lose each other in Jersey too?
You know what Where's Waldo is, right? When you look on that page and trying to find, you go on the page and try to find at least one black person. That's it. Even a Caucasian. We be like, well, they're not here.
Who's here?
We play Where's Waldo.
What's in Philly?
Everything.
Like what? Cheesesteaks?
My house.
I know. And that is a fun place to be because it's quiet.
No, you know what I like about Philly is the fact that because I'm so familiar and cemented, I've stayed in Philly.
Celine, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
No, wait a minute. We gotta get on Bill. But anyway, please.
I don't want to talk about Bill, Mom.
You don't want to talk about Bill?
Because it's all them Hotep niggas gonna come out.
Who's Hotep?
Hotep guys are just like dudes that are really pro-black but not pro anything else. Like, I'm so pro-black men, but I'm not pro LGBTQ, pro-black women because they eat corn, pro anything else. So they're just gonna come out and be like, well, these white women could have been lying and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to get into that. A young lady was raped, or a couple young ladies were raped. Let's just leave it there. How about that?
I don't have a problem with the fact that they convicted him. I have a problem with the fact that it took so long for all this to come to fruition, Lovey. That's what I go on the conspiracy side a lot of times because I'm like, okay, he did it. He should have did it, but he should have did his time back 30 years ago. But y'all want to come to... There's no, what did they say? wait as long as you want. Come ahead and say people did stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but I'm just saying. But I don't know. I'm with y'all. Ain't no goddamn man got no nerve to be telling you got to give him some or making you give some or inducing giving you some.
But no, I mean, I feel like people weren't. What's done is done. Justice was served. I feel like people were like,
he gonna die.
The only one that's happy is my mother, though. Y'all don't understand that.
He's on house arrest. He's chilling.
My mother, the only one that's happy is my mom about it. About
my grandmother apparently did not trust Bill Cosby.
She hated
Bill. She
Bill.
always knew.
My mother never liked Bill Cosby. She hated him. I don't want to say she hated him, but she just really had this thing. She just like, I don't like that because he looked like my father, and I wish you had a vibe like that. But anyway,
he had the rapey eye.
Yeah, the rape eye.
What
was your question?
I was about to say. All right. So are we done with Kanye?
We are.
Like 8 years later.
No, I'm sorry, Kanye.
Have we put a
shout out to
wrap
you,
that
brother.
Kanye situation in a nice little blow? Because I know people were waiting for this. Like, I want to see what Kelly want to say about Kanye West. So
it
is what it is. Stevie Wonder called him foolish.
Stevie Wonder did? I didn't know
Stevie
that.
Wonder said what he said was foolishness. And I'm like,
Stevie Wonder don't say nothing to nobody.
And Shea Coulee, one of the contestants from
I used to think he could
who was
see,
from
though.
Chicago, said he is canceled. So I don't know how much I'm going to listen to Shea Coulee, but apparently this is what people are coming out and saying. He's not canceled to me personally. Well, he didn't hurt nobody. I am heartbroken about the situation.
Yes,
but I'm still with Kanye. Like, I'm not going to just give up on him. He just needs help.
So I want to ask you guys this: have you given up on Kanye, or just basically about the disagreements with what he said? But have you totally given up on him? Or?
No, I just need a break.
I just disagree with what he said. I'm just going to I'm still going to listen to his music and everything.
So how long you guys think he should wait before he comes back and even says anything about the situation?
He's not going to wait. He has a whole bunch of albums
time.
and everything lined up. He has an album with Kid Cudi. He has his own album. He has albums that he's producing for other people. So all June, we're just going to hear from Kanye. He's still constantly tweeting. Like, he's constantly
But I'm saying,
tweeting.
do you think he should just not do it at all?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what Kanye West should be doing besides trying to figure out what he needs for himself instead of trying to save the world and being on this rant of trying to figure out what everyone else needs instead of what his needs are.
Just be great for you. Be great. Shut the fuck up, but be great.
Do what you was doing before.
You know?
He's the only celebrity whose stock went up after he said something like that, which is crazy.
Isn't that something?
I was reading an article in GQ about it. And like, how is Kanye's MAGA support affecting the sale of Yeezys? And it actually went up 15%.
Damn.
But the funny part about it is companies like New Balance and LL Bean, who had executives openly come out and say they support Trump, their sales went down.
No.
Because do you think a large majority of it was because they were purchased by black people? Because especially like New Balances was a wave for at one point, and that was like a sneaker for everyone. It wasn't like just.
I mean, New Balances are still the wave, and I actually posted that too. I was like,
y'all saying some nice ones, love.
Y'all saying y'all gonna stop buying New Balances, but I see every person in the world running around with some 990s on.
They're stepping the game up though.
I mean, New Balances are comfy shoes, but they're like dad shoes. Like dads wear New Balances.
No, but they stepping the game up as far as style though.
Yeah,
they are.
Not really. It's just coming out with colors.
No, as far as people my age, not your age, but people my age, we just like. Love it.
It's a dad. Like I said, it was a dad shoe.
Oh, so I'm a dad?
No, you're not a dad. Like, it's a dad shoe.
I'm saying, it's just like when I walk in a store and I see. Remember we used to talk and I said, "Lovey, damn, why every goddamn white shirt I have got to have a flower here and this and that? Why
that's dumb?
Just give me a fucking plain
like just plain shirts, right?
But what the hell is this?
I'm just trying to figure out why Kanye West sales went up and New Balance and everyone else's sales went down. I don't know. I think it's
maybe it's the free thinkers.
We want to be part of the rebel cause.
Maybe it's the free thinkers, or do black people own any Yeezys? I mean, I know black people who have Yeezys, but not many of them. It's just hard to get.
Because I can't afford them. Only my daughter can.
I mean, I can afford New Balances. New Balances cost that much too. They're expensive. But I mean,
well, can I get
it is what it is.
Let me get $100 New Balance.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. This whole thing. I just want to see how this whole thing plays out. That's it.
I'm just sad though. I really am sad.
He needs to get around
he's
some
like
people
one of my
who
children.
mess with him.
But
and like have his
Selena's
best
not going to be on
interests.
our
So,
side about nothing. So
She is on our side about a lot of
No,
things.
she not.
Yes, she is. All right, this episode's over. It's done. We've been here for an hour and 29 minutes.
Oh God, we have. I'm sorry, guys, but I didn't
Don't
get to
say-
say one damn thing about Bill Cosby. Y'all wrong.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I don't
say
want
your piece
to.
about Bill Cosby.
No, I'm not going to say it.
I'm not gonna say that.
No,
Cosby.
I'm going to say this, and y'all going to say that's some really simple shit. It's bullshit, but it's really simple shit.
Go for it.
People who live in glass houses, stop throwing them damn stones, please. Stop throwing them.
There you have it.
Because you know what? We don't know what the fuck you be doing either. And that's the bottom line. We don't know what the fuck you be doing.
Hey.
You can't keep it real. How you think somebody else gonna keep it real?
You can't love yourself.
You know, all those,
I get an amen
all
up
those
in here?
adages and whatever.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
All right, well, we ain't gonna wear your ear off. Did you have anything else?
Rihanna out here being the sexiest woman she could possibly be.
Oh my God, if I was gay, I'd fuck her. But anyway, go ahead.
Bang!
There you go.
Well, this has been another episode of Broke with Culture. we have an Instagram now. PRKE but cultured.
Can I do
Follow
one
us
more
on the
thing?
IG. Yes.
I'm so grateful to Mark, to Lauren, to Selena, to Lovey for letting me join them this evening and just get out on a Mother's Day and just do me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I so appreciate it. They're wonderful people. If you ever get a chance to meet them,
Don't meet me.
stop by.
Don't meet me.
But anyway,
Push me to the edge.
but
Don't meet me. Don't at me. Push me to the edge.
I just want to sing this little thing to my daughter. You are my love and my prized possession. Because of you, I got pride and joy. Good night, people.
Awesome.
Your mom love you so much.
We're gonna fade out on that. Thanks for listening, you guys. We'll be back
That's crazy.
soon with a little bit of
Like,
a more.
you don't
This is
even
fun. We're gonna be back
appreciate
soon with a little bit more.
How much your
structure.
mom love you. So
Selena don't want me to have love. She just want to take my mom. I'm just gonna have a lot of moms.
no, my mom is enough. The amount that my mom loves me is wild. I don't even deserve none of what she gives me. Yo, my mom is wild.
She's great.
Yo, I love her. Yo, that's my shorty. We won't get into that. Bye, y'all.
Bye.